when fans lose hope or followers lose hope or faith in you, when they don't believe in you for whatever reason, let's say you haven't lived up to their expectations, and this career is driven on what people think of you, right? When you're pushing your body so hard, there are times where things you thought were funny last week, it's not funny anymore. And then 2 weeks later, it's even less funny. The heaviest I've been was about 325 to 330. And yes, it affects your breathing. Muscle is an active tissue, so unlike fat, muscle it's moving. You are burning calories with muscle on your frame, doing absolutely nothing. Right now I'm sitting and I'm burning calories.
Flushing, I'm flushing. They gave what they thought, and they can't change what we really are. What they thought. We've been getting busy from the very start. Taking no days off. Made our way straight out in the mud. And I won't change for nothing. Big dog when I came up from the trenches, now I'm buzzing. That I'm getting rich. They mad I'm pissed that I'm getting rich. They mad I got a banner from the gift. Big dog when I came up. They mad I'm pissed that I'm getting rich.
Alright, welcome to another episode of SAYless, doMORE. We got Quinton Beastwood on the show. It's a pleasure to have you.
Happy to be on.
Yeah, man, so I've been paying attention to your bodybuilding career, and it's pretty unique. I wanted to ask you, when you're in public, the other one time I was looking at your Instagram, and could see people stopping you in the mall. I see you. How do you deal with that? Like, you probably get the eyes, the staring, and the eyes, because bro, you're huge. How what's your what's your weight roughly?
Right now I weigh around 310 pounds. I've been bodybuilding for my entire adult life, so at this point it's just kind of like, you don't really notice, right?
Yeah.
At first, when I first started building muscle
Yeah.
and like building a certain kind of physique, I would start to get noticed. I'm like, oh shoot, people are looking at me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
pretty cool. I'm making some cool progress, but eventually, parts of it get annoying too, because you're like, sometimes there's moments where you just want to kind of keep to yourself. You just want to go to the grocery store and just get in, get out, or do something, get in, get out.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like you kind of like attracted some sort of attention.
Yeah.
But it's a blessing. It's a blessing for sure.
So is it more like, oh, you're so big, or is it more like, oh, I know you from somewhere, I seen you?
Locally, sometimes they've seen me, but a lot of times it's just people will see somebody big and like, whoa, that's cool.
Yeah. What inspired you to start bodybuilding?
There was a couple things. Like one of the main things was I was always an athlete growing up, played basketball and football.
Okay.
So once high school was done, I needed a physical outlet. So I started going to the gym.
Yeah. So when you were playing football, were you working out same way?
A little bit.
Oh,
like
okay.
I was really young. Like I stopped playing football around 14.
Oh, okay.
And then it was just straight basketball. I thought I was going places with it, but I didn't.
Can you share a defining moment in your bodybuilding career that significantly impacted you?
I think for me, one of the most significant moments, the most significant moment for me was when I first started. So my dad's Nigerian, and Nigerian people, like men, they're very practical. So when you're young, they want you to go to school and get a job. They want to make sure that you're secure, right?
Yeah.
So I was kind of lost in that process, and I was training, and it just seemed like, you're like, man, my son, he ain't going to school. He doesn't have a good job. All he does is work out. So you're kind of like, I didn't think he supported me being a bodybuilder. Yeah. And there was one show in Europe. I went and competed in Spain and Europe when I was like 21, and he came with me. And that was, my mom came too. She met us in Romania, but those were some of my best moments, because it was nice to feel supported. This was like the first thing that I really followed through with in my life, and it was nice to have that support from both parents.
So how did that come up? Like 21, going to Spain, bodybuilding, like how did that whole thing come up? Like,
so there was so basically at that time, the biggest federation in Canada for bodybuilding is called the CPA. Yeah. At that time, it was a little different. It was the CBBF, and the CPA was owned by the CBF, and CPA was actually the OPA. They stood for Ontario instead of Canada. Yeah. And basically, you would compete provincially, or first regional, then provincially. If you qualified, then you would compete nationally. So if you win the national show, you earned a pro card.
Oh,
and I earned a pro card, but for the natural athletes, they also give us the opportunity to compete at Worlds. So I competed at Worlds. So I was 21 or 21, around 21 when I won. So I won the junior class and all of the men's class at that show. So I was able to go to the World Championships for all men, like the open age, and then also for the juniors.
Okay, because I was about to ask you, like, is it something that you can just pop up and say, yeah, I'm competing? You kind of have to basically pass a few tests first before you get to. So is that how the Olympia works?
The Olympia at the pro level, you just have to win one show, and then you'll qualify for the Olympia that year.
Oh, okay. How many people are competing?
The Olympia, sometimes between 60 and 25.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes,
Shoot,
around there.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
So you don't. So you basically, you don't. Do you get to? Are you in a room with all these? Because I've never been to the Olympia, and there's probably a lot of people that never been to it. You normally, when you're seeing like the top 5 or the top 10. Like I didn't even know there were 60 people. And so have you ever competed at that level?
I've never competed at the Olympia.
Okay, but have you been? You've been there.
I've been there. I've spectated. I've competed at other pro shows, but I've never competed at the Olympia or the Arnolds, which are the biggest ones.
Okay, so the next question I wanted to ask you, I'm just very curious. I bet a lot of people are curious about this. What are you listening to in your headphones when you're working out?
These days, I've been listening to.
Give me 5 artists that your go-to.
Okay, so recently I've been listening to a lot of EDM stuff, but outside of that, the hip hop, NBA YoungBoy, Drake. It don't matter what happened with that whole controversy. Like it just that music goes crazy.
Yes.
The older stuff,
Yes.
A lot of the new stuff I don't really get down with. Turns of rap, Fredo Bang.
Fredo, oh wow,
Yeah.
Okay. Fredo's nice.
Yeah, he's
Fredo's
nice. Kevin Gates. I mess with a lot of like Louisiana sound.
Okay.
So like a lot of those guys in Baton Rouge, I really rock with.
Yes.
Mokri.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of I love hip hop.
Okay. This surprised me with the Louisiana one because I listen to a lot of people. Like again, Mo3. One of my favorite songs from Mo3 is he has a song called Outside. If you never listened to it, I suggest you listen to it. Sad what happened to him too, man. Did you ever see that video?
Yeah, man.
It's a crazy video. Like the States is different, bro.
Oh, they're
sad
crazy.
video.
Yeah.
What's the biggest mental battle you've overcome in your bodybuilding journey?
I think when fans lose hope or followers lose hope or faith in you, when they don't believe in you for whatever reason, let's say you haven't lived up to their expectations, and this career is driven on what people think of you, right? Like you're standing in front of a judge and you place based on what they think of you. For companies, they're going to sponsor you, or you're going to get opportunities with companies based on the engagement that you get from the people that follow you. So I guess just going through those periods of having, not having the best, going through those downs with like followers or fans, like that's kind of the hardest because it affects your career. And, just trying to find new ways and be creative to work around that and to keep improving.
Many people see the shredded physique on stage, but don't understand the suffering that I don't know if suffering is the right word, but the task behind it. What's the most brutal part of prep that an average person could never comprehend?
You lose yourself. Like you lose parts of yourself along the journey. Like basically when you're pushing your body so hard and when you're pushing your body so hard, there are times where things you thought were funny last week, it's not funny anymore. And then 2 weeks later, it's even less funny. Yeah. So, you might be chilling with like your girlfriend and like maybe you guys watch a certain show and you crack certain jokes and you're like, man, like, why would you joke about that? Or, somebody could like, you could dap someone or someone could like touch your shoulder. You're like, man, like, why did he touch me? Like, it's like little weird things. Like, oh my goodness. one time I had a cat years ago, and like I love cats, I love my animals, but you get to a point sometimes like you're just not yourself where you're like, man, like why is this animal following me?
Is prep kind of like when boxers come down in weight?
Yeah,
that same type of
like you're just you especially parts of it, like towards the tail end, you're I guess suffering, like you are suffering in ways, but and even if you don't feel like you're suffering, you're different physiologically, so you're not your best self. When the boxer's close to cutting weight, they're not their happiest, they're not their most energetic. You don't want to hang out with them. Like it's just not someone you would want to be around.
I never thought of that. What's the heaviest you been? Did you feel the weights in your joints, and does it affect your breathing? Because a lot of people don't understand bodybuilding. They just see people, he bodybuilds. They don't understand that there's so much aspects and so much things behind it, right? Yeah. So if you could tell the audience when you're heaviest, and then the effects of being heavy.
Yeah. The heaviest I've been was about 325 to 330. And yes, it affects your breathing. Muscle is an active tissue, so unlike fat, muscle is it's moving. You know, you are burning calories with muscle on your frame, doing absolutely nothing. Right now I'm sitting and I'm burning calories, a lot of calories, because I have a good amount of muscle. Whereas with fat, it doesn't do that. It's not active. So with muscle, you're just going to exert a lot of energy. Moving around is a lot harder for someone with a lot of muscle. So, you know, I might walk from here to there and I'm breathing heavy, right? But it's because of that. So yeah, there is a certain amount of pressure that gets put on your body for that, and definitely on the joints. So you got to be on top of mobility and supplementation to try and prevent that.
So supplements, what kind of supplements are you taking when it comes down to your joints? Because I think there's a lot of people that have the joint, like if you're working out for a long period of time, you're gonna have joint pains. Like I just feel that's how it is, right?
And acetyl D-glucosamine is very good for the joints. Another thing that's good for the joints, this is a peptide, BBC 157. It's very good for reducing inflammation. Curcumin is good as well. Like these are just little things that you can implement in your day-to-day to help with that stuff.
With extreme training and dieting, what's your go-to strategy for your best recovery?
Sleep. Like the more you sleep.
How many hours do you sleep a day?
7 on average, I'd say. 8.
Yeah.
8 on a good day.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, that's real good. That's real good, man.
It doesn't feel good sometimes.
Oh, for real.
I wake up and I'm still tired a lot of times.
You think it's because it's too? Cause I watched this thing and a lady was saying if you sleep too long, you can wake up still tired. You ever heard of that?
Yeah. See, I'm not sleeping too long. I think it's just when you're heavy, it feels like you're always tired.
Oh, okay. And then, how about the gym? Are you like, say if you needed a day off, are you gonna take it, or you're like, no, fuck this, my schedule is like this, I'm gonna push through? Cause like for me, I go 6 days a week, but I 3 rest 3, right? But there's sometimes I'm just like, okay, I need an extra day.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. For me, I'm on a set routine, so I stick to what I'm supposed to do day to day. And I'm also getting ready for a show now, so that's something I won't deviate from unless something goes terribly wrong. But there were times, like in the off season, if something's like really bad, where I would just take the day.
What show you get ready for?
Tampa Pro.
Okay. I'm definitely tapping in. Calories. I'm curious on how many calories. Do you calorie count?
I track what I eat. I don't focus too much on them, but like right now, my base day, like day to day, is around 4,500, and then my rest days are around 4,000 calories. And for me, that's pretty low.
Okay. What's your pet peeve about the gym?
Again, with bodybuilding being prep, as time goes on, the deeper in prep you get, the pet peeves start to get creative. Bigger. You know? Right now, there's nothing really. Like, we go to a really good gym, so the members are more understanding and, you know, a lot more relatable than, you know, a commercial gym.
Yeah. I feel like at a gym like the gym that you go to, I feel like again, a lot of people understand more than if you were to go to like a good life. Like for me, one of my pet peeves is it's not really. It depends who you are too.
Yeah.
Like it literally depends who you are. Stopping me while I'm working out, bro. Like, like I literally, depending how long that conversation went for, I'm just like I'm tapping out. I'm like, oh, okay, fuck. You know? Yeah. Are you the same way?
You know what? Okay, I work out with a partner. So when you work out with a workout partner, it's a little different because people are less likely to interrupt you when they see you like with somebody. So that's nice. So that's not a pet peeve of mine right now, but you reminded me of something. When I go to Good Life, when I would use the sauna, oh my goodness. Like, if I'm in the sauna in my towel, why the fuck are you talking to me? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's weird. Have a conversation. You want to get to know me?
Yeah. I'm trying to get. Know, man. I've had to take I've had to make moves after the gym and try to squeeze the gym in, and I know I wouldn't have enough time to go home. So it's like even the shower. I'm just trying to shower, get the fuck out. Like, you know what I mean? I'm in my corner by my mom, just trying to get out. So I totally get it. If you could give your younger self advice when it comes to bodybuilding, what would you give yourself?
I would just teach myself how to train with proper intensity sooner. Because when I first started training, I didn't train I was training very effective. I had a very effective training method, but I wasn't like going balls to the wall because I just wasn't privy to that. I got results doing what I did, and it was hard. It was hard. It was different. You know, it was a lot more high volume. But like there's no forced reps or something like that. I do drop sets, but like rest pauses. There's a lot of things that I didn't implement at that time, but it worked. But I would probably introduce that stuff much sooner.
Okay. Do you offer training and coaching programs?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
you can contact me at Quinton Beastwood at Instagram.
All right. So one thing that I'm gonna say personally that jarred me close to you is we have something in common, and that is boxing. So I have a lot of questions when it comes to the boxing. Your first boxing match. What was your first boxing match? Like mine was the ear bite. I'll never forget the ear bite. Tyson. The ear bite. Like that was what. That? Yeah, I saw that.
Live?
Like not live. Okay. Like I watched it with my pops. Was in like back in the day. Tyson, you don't even have to be into boxing.
Yeah.
But if Tyson's fighting, everybody becomes a boxing fan because he was literally knocking everything out first round. I was young. I was mad young. So I always remember hearing, first round, I bet Tyson knock him out first round. Yeah. So that was my first box. I was like, yo, shit, this shit is crazy because there was a whole bunch of police that came in the ring and they couldn't control him. Like, imagine seeing that. So that's how I first tapped in to boxing. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I learned about that as I grew up. I was too young for that, but I learned about it. The first boxing match I think I fully saw was Mayweather Pacquiao.
Oh, see, weird.
But I didn't really know it. I just knew it was a massive fight. I'm like, I can't miss this.
Yeah.
All the Filipinos at my school were going crazy. I'm like, man, I gotta tune in. So I did.
Yeah. Now, have you ever gone back beyond that and watched some of the fights? Beyond, for instance, the Holyfield type.
Yeah. I watched a bunch of them. Yeah.
Okay. The crazy thing is when you get into something new, you probably binge watch like crazy on YouTube for a bit when it came to the boxing matches.
Bro, I remember I was working at Good Life and I'd work as a personal trainer and then also at front desk at another location.
Yeah.
And I'd work front desk on the weekend. So there was nobody there. And like, you're supposed to be in your like Good Life uniform, black pants, standing up, greeting people, like, hey, welcome to Good Life.
Yeah.
I brought a chair, I was sitting on the chair, I'm on the computer, I'm watching fights of like Terence Crawford in 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
I'm watching Terence Crawford, it's like, this guy's pretty good.
Yeah. You ever thought about getting into boxing yourself? Just for the cardio?
I dabbled for a little bit in 2017, but I was already bodybuilding at that time and I hurt my wrist. I didn't wrap properly, so I hurt my wrist. And it bugged me for a few years. But basically, bodybuilding was my lane. I think for boxing, it's something you have to get. If you want to be very good, which I don't want to do it and just be a journeyman or get knocked out. A lot of these guys, they've got the muscle mechanics built in from when they were like 7-10 years old.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna, I mean, you could, there's a slight chance, but you're not gonna beat those guys. So once I started learning about what it took to become great, I'm like, yeah, I'm too late and I'm good at this. I'm gonna stick with this.
Yeah. But I'm not even as a serious, just for like, I was doing it a little bit for like, just for cardio and like, just because I just love it and love the sport, you know? Then I usually train, like I'm not moving like that on a regular basis, right? So I feel like a boxer that's throwing jabs like that, like I can feel this, like a strength, so I can't move.
It's different.
The way, you know what I mean? Give me your Rushmore. Boxing Rushmore.
So Mount Rushmore is 4 people. So I'd say Muhammad Ali. I've watched back a lot of his fights. I like his style. He avenged most of his losses, except for the last one because he was old. I'd say Muhammad Ali is number 1. I would put Sugar Ray Robinson in there.
Wow.
It's tough. Shakur Robinson, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman. I put him in there just because of what he was able to accomplish.
The old school.
Dude, when he became champion, rest in peace, he just passed away. When he became champion at 45, like, it's captivating. And like, yeah.
Did you watch the movie that came out?
I didn't watch it, no.
Oh, watch it. It's a good movie, bro.
I'll check it out.
It's a real good movie.
And then next, I'd say Manny Pacquiao.
Wow.
Because, okay, I like guys that test greatness, right?
Yeah.
8 division world champion, Hall of Fame career. Like, he's accomplished more than like maybe 3-4 Hall of Fame boxers put together could accomplish, and he still tries. So I have him pretty high up there.
Okay, so what is this talk I be hearing though about Manny Pacquiao and him not being a clean fighter? You heard of that?
I think with the negotiations with Floyd Mayweather, he apparently wouldn't agree to do a certain type of testing.
Oh, that's
where it came from, but he's never tested dirty. Yeah. So
I just heard this recently.
Yeah, but also Floyd, so you're not supposed to use IV to rehydrate. It's illegal, and Floyd was caught using IV at one point in his career. Like he was actually caught for it. I don't think he got in trouble for it, but he was caught for it. And the thing is, like, IV is used to like mask certain things. So doesn't mean when you're rehydrating, you're just trying to rehydrate. Yeah. So it doesn't mean he's using anything, but you know, a lot of people don't play by the rules. So.
Yeah, I'm just starting to find out the belts.
Yeah.
Certain the belts like the WBC, the IBF, their rehydration clauses are different. I didn't know that. Yeah. I found that out with the Chris Eubanks fight.
Yeah.
Top 3 boxing matches.
Canelo, I'm gonna say the ones that I've witnessed. Canelo Golovkin won.
That was
or 2. Match. One of them. 1 or 2. 1 and 2. 2 is more competitive. I think Golovkin should have won the first one. Number 2. This is definitely recency bias, but Eubank.
Yeah, that was a fight, bro.
Yeah, that was
a fight. Like I said, I was saying to you, when see the pops coming in, oh man.
Nah, it was wild. I'm trying to think. I don't know why I can't think of it off the top, but you know what? I'm gonna say Crawford Gamboa. At the time when I first learned about it, it was pretty crazy.
3 boxing matches that you want to see.
That I want to see, Crawford and Boots.
Okay.
That'd be crazy. Shakur and Tank. And
you know I'm gonna get some Tank conversation out of you.
Yeah, we'll get into it. I'm trying to think who else. Virgil and Boots.
Oh,
yeah, that'd be crazy.
Who do you think? Virgil and Boots. What's your opinion on who's winning that?
At this time, so the problem with Boots is like he gets hit so flush sometimes.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure, maybe he doesn't respect his opponent's power, but you create the habits of not getting your head off the center line. And he gets popped, like his head's going back. Like, if you get hit by one of those with this guy, I don't know. Like, I would favor Virgil because he gets hit too much.
Yes.
But I think Boots has the skill to beat him, though.
They both look good their last fights, too.
They definitely did.
Yeah, man. Hold on, let me pull this up. Okay, Tank and Shakur. We're gonna have a conversation about that. Who you think is winning?
It's tough. That's a tough one.
Tank is clearly dodging.
Yeah, the fact that Tank has not wanted the fight makes me think, okay, there's a reason why, because it might not make him look good, and he's obviously there's no risk of him getting knocked out.
But what about the running situation? Well, Shakur running, because I feel like Tank likes to fight punchers.
He wants to fight people that are going to come forward. Tank is basically like, they've got like a big market machine behind him where they set him up to fight guys. And Tank he's got great ability. He's very athletic. He's got incredible time. He's got some of the best timing in all of boxing, but his matchmaking is super weak. Like, he's always fighting guys that he's better than, or on paper is better than. It's tough to say, like, how will he react to a guy that he can't hit? What's going to happen? He had a hard time with Roach, but styles make fights. I would edge it to Shakur.
Do you think the Roach fight was a draw?
I think Roach won the fight.
You think he won the fight?
He won at least 7 rounds, and then if you count the knockdown, it'd be 8. And that should have been a knockdown. Should have been a knockdown.
Yeah, it's crazy. Roach was saying in an interview that Tank was fully telling him, he's like, you ain't gonna win. They ain't gonna give it to you.
Yep, you tell him.
How do you think the rematch goes?
I'm not sure. Like, it's a very interesting fight. Tank didn't necessarily look bad. I think we just saw someone that like figured him out. They fought in the amateurs. I don't know. I think Tank is very, very good. I think if any of these guys can improve upon the last performance, I would say Tank could. So I would probably pick Tank. I'm
curious what he's gonna do different, because the way I think Roach exposed him, brother. I literally think he did. When I rewatched it, I was like, this guy's really waiting for Tank. He wants Tank to throw. Yep. He's literally just standing in front of him. Yep. And I think the reason why Shakur, again, I'm gonna say, the reason why Shakur and Tank are not fighting is because Tank doesn't want to chase. I'm not saying Shakur's gonna run. Yeah. But Shakur has that Cuban style boxing. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, he's honest. His distance management, he could be right there in front of you, you still can't hit him. He's such a tricky fighter to face. I don't think Tank Shakur will be a good fight, though. I don't think it'll be a good fight, but I think Shakur's best fights will be against a pressure fighter, because they're gonna keep coming. They're gonna keep on throwing. Like, Tank is looking for he's looking to time a really good shot. So I don't even think it'll be a great fight, but I want to see it.
Tank and not Tank. Well, we can say that, but I'm curious about Shakur and Keyshawn. What do you think about that one? Because Keyshawn just seems like a guy, whatever style, whatever kind of boxing style, he's gonna bring it to you. Right. You don't care, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. He ain't ducking nobody. Like, he's not. Yeah, like even the conversation that he had with Timo on stage, you remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like you think he's the next face of boxing?
I don't know if he will be the face. We'll see how he does against Edwin Dos Santos. Edwin Dos Santos has power. He can punch, and he's very quick, young, and athletic. If he can dispatch of him, if he can make that a good fight and dispatch of him, then I think we're looking at like a really special fighter.
So let me ask you this too now. Keyshawn and Tank.
Keyshawn is still a little green. He's got 12 fights, maybe 14. Like, he's really good for what he is. He's a bit younger. If Tank wants to fight him, you got to fight him now. Yeah. Because if you let this kid who's naturally bigger, stronger, at least with body weight, like pushing you around, he could probably definitely push you around. He's a good counter puncher, long arms, kind of like Crawford. You let this kid get more experience, you might not be able to beat him. So, I don't know. At this point, I would pick Tank, but not for long.
What about Abdullah Mason? You see him?
Very, very talented young gentleman. The chin is questionable. I will say that.
Yeah.
Like, that's the Achilles heel. Yeah. Now, when he gets in there against a guy that's a good operator offensively, that's going to be very interesting, because other guys have found his chin.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he did have a fight where he got knocked down twice.
Yeah.
Right? How did you feel that he recovered from that, though?
He reacted very well.
Mm-hmm.
He went in there and he got what was his. He did his thing.
His chin. So he had a fight recently where he got knocked down, right? And my question to you is, if it was a different, like a more name brand fighter, do you think? Because he handled it well, right? But I feel like if it was a name brand fighter, that was it.
Like a Tio or something.
That guy's a journeyman that he fought, no?
Oh, you think they would have got him out of there?
Yeah, like if it was like if he was fighting like a boxer, not no journeyman,
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Well, that guy did have power. Like that guy was a puncher.
He hurt his leg.
Yeah, he did.
He did. His leg was hurt. Remember?
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I think like Amir Khan was super talented, quick as hands, and like for the first 3 or 4 rounds, Amir Khan looked like the best fighter in the world. But when you're, I don't know. I don't want to jinx the kid. I hope that I don't know. Maybe he's just young and at a small weight class. Maybe he'll be more sturdy a bit later on. But I don't want to curse the young brother,
Yeah.
But I hope that he keeps that defense tight.
Yeah, he's growing. That's why you take this. You don't jump into the water right away. Like you know what I mean. You slowly ease yourself in. Canelo and Terence Crawford.
So
how do you think that's going?
So I believe Canelo is the favorite, and he should be the favorite because he's been in that weight class, bigger puncher, yada yada yada. However, he hasn't stopped someone for a while. He hasn't gotten any KOs for a while. He's slowed down. That last fight was pitiful. That was actually one of the worst fights I've ever seen in my life. I think Canelo should be the favorite, given everything he's done, the people he's fought. I think Crawford has a good chance though, because this Canelo is slower than what he used to be. He's not knocking people out. He's not knocking people out the way he used to. So I definitely think there's a pathway to victory for him.
The thing is, I was thinking that, but then when I seen how Conor Ben held his own against Eubanks, and like he was really throwing hands, I was pretty shocked, bro. Like it made me think different. I seen a thing with what's his name, Roy Jones Jr., and he's saying like it could be a chess match. Like one person make a mistake, that could be it.
And the thing about Terence Crawford, his punch selection and the way that he throws his punches they're pretty unique. Like he throws punches from different angles like that. He hit Kell Brook with like this swivel, like hook jab kind of punch, and it like almost knocked his lights out. He's just different. I don't know. I think if there was one underdog that I would put all my money on in recent days, it would be Terence Crawford against Canelo.
I want your opinion on David Morrell.
He's nice with it. He needs more experience. He got like 12 fights.
The last fight that he fought, do you think he could have won that?
Against Benavidez?
Yeah.
I think he had the physical attributes. He hurt Benavidez during the fight. But the real, like, honestly, I thought that was a very scary fight for Benavidez. And at times, like, I don't know. Then I think we were speaking about it. I got close to the fight. I'm like, no, the experience is going to carry Benavidez.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what it was.
That's one thing about boxing. Experience, I feel like it trumps all. Like, you know what I mean? It trumps all. Especially when you're getting at those late rounds and your body's tired. Are you thinking clear? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Benavidez in his career, he's fought championship rounds against higher level opposition. He's, dealt with people holding him. He's dealt with a lot of different things that Morrell just didn't deal with. He was in Cuba in the amateurs for like hundreds of fights, right? So he's more used to amateur boxing than he would be pros at that point. Benavidez got right into the pros at like 16 or something.
Yeah, so what determines a person going into the pros early like that, or staying so long as David Morrell?
So Cuba, they've got like a really good amateur program. So a lot of their guys, like they get medals at the Olympics, and that's like kind of what they're known for in boxing. Them, like Ukraine, Russia, like a lot of fighters in places like that, there's a high importance. Even on Kazakhstan, like there's fighters from that country are very, very good in the amateurs. Like Lomachenko, I think he had 400 fights, 400 amateur fights. Like if you look at Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, even Golovkin's record, like these guys have had hundreds of amateur fights. Whereas in North America, it's not as common.
I know you're a UFC fan too, as well. I'm more into the boxing, but I do pay attention to UFC, like the big fights, the commercial fights, right? But I was really into it when Royce Gracie. Does that were you?
I know.
Were you watching at that time?
No, I was too young.
Okay.
But
So
I know, yeah.
How far back do you go when it comes to UFC?
Well, I learned about MMA when Kimbo fought that dude Seth, whatever, with the pink hair, and got his ass beat.
Yes.
On YouTube, Kimbo was like a street fighting legend.
Yes,
and
bro,
you're like, man,
yes.
like, he's gonna come into this cage. He's gonna whoop their ass. You see him get whooped in like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Shit.
When he came into the UFC or MMA, I'm not sure the difference. Tell you honestly.
I think it might have been Strikeforce, which UFC then like ended up owning later on.
Yeah.
But he was in the UFC later on, Kimbo. But yeah, that was when I first got introduced to it, and then learning who George St. Pierre was, John Jones, all those guys.
Yeah, brother. Before John Jones, all those guys, there was no weight class. Gracie was probably like 180 pounds, 170, soaking wet. No weight class. Yeah. And he's making everything tap. Big 350. What do they call that guy with the like sumo wrestlers? Yeah. He's tapping them.
And he'd be wearing the gi too, right?
Yo, bro, to me, he's the greatest of all time. But I want to hear your Rushmore. Let me hear your Rushmore for UFC.
Okay, well, are we counting in people that tested positive for drug tests?
You know what? I never even thought that was a thing in UFC.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so John Jones, I'll say before the positive test from like Chris Cormier fights, he still had a Hall of Fame career because he fought a bunch of guys, and a lot of those guys were already on shit, so it wouldn't matter if he was on stuff. But I think he's up there just based on what he did when he was younger. Yeah. But he also became a heavyweight champion recently, and he defended it, albeit against a guy that was inactive for 3-4 years. But I think right now Islam Makhachev, he's like, he got all-time status on him. George St. Pierre, Demetrius Johnson. Yeah, those four.
Okay. You watch what's it called, bare-knuckle fighting? You watch that? You into that?
I've seen it. I'm not.
It's brutal, no?
It's a little too brutal.
Yo, it's just crazy how like you draw blood and the crowd just goes.
Certain UFC fighter I like is in it, and there's a big fight. Okay. But I don't really like bare-knuckle.
Yeah, it's pretty pretty gruesome, and it always takes me back to the gladiator days. Yeah. And just how crazy the crowd will go. They see somebody's eyes getting busted open, or they just get knocked out cold. Like, and it's just I don't know. It's pretty gruesome.
It's vile. I feel like most times when I see the highlight, it just looks like a bloodbath. And I'm like, all right, like they're just like throwing punches. Like, you don't see. There is technique at times, but it just looks a little chaotic.
Here's another thing that people don't know, or not even that people don't know. One thing that I realized about UFC, bare knuckle fighting, and boxing, I've seen more people die in boxing. Yeah. Which I find confusing because you have the padding on the gloves. Like, we're talking bare knuckles, we're talking like UFC, the gloves are a little bit smaller. What's your opinion on that?
So it's true. So for one, boxing has been around a very long time. So it's been around. I'm not sure if it's a century. It could have been. I think it's longer than 100 years. Whereas some of the other stuff is maybe it's been around 30 years or 10 years. It's not been around as long, so there's not as much cases. But boxing actually is more dangerous because you're getting like a repeated hits to the head. It's like a repeated trauma to the head. And you'll see for a lot of fighters, when you've seen fights where they end up dying after that fight, you see they get continuous licks to the head, like nonstop until at some point, sometimes they'll make it through the end of the fight and then afterwards they collapse, right? But you'll see that they're just taking a bunch of shots. Whereas in the UFC, once you get, okay, let me backtrack. In boxing, if you get hurt and you get knocked down, you get a count and you're back up to take more hits to the head. In the UFC, you get knocked out or you're dazed, you're on the ground, they finish you with punches and it's over basically. And you escape all that trauma that you would basically go through for the next like 10, 8, 5 rounds or whatever. So there's that. And in bare knuckle, because of the it's bare knuckle, you're more likely to get cut and have the fight ended. Like that stuff gets in the way of you taking all that trauma. Like your face gets beat up to shit before, you know, you take as much trauma as you would in a boxing ring. Yeah. So the protection is good for your hands, but it causes you to get hit more in the head.
Yeah. I guess the brain rattling, look at Ali and the shape that he was in before he passed away. Like, what's the next boxer, man? He came up with the Philly shell. James Toney.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his speech is crazy, brother. But you don't really hear that in the UFC.
No, with the older guys that did UFC, like some of them they're CTE there, but it's not as severe as some of the boxers we've seen. Again, like it hasn't been around as long, so maybe in 10, 15 years we'll see a lot more, but hopefully not.
All right. What is Beastwood doing on his spare time? Outside bodybuilding.
Ooh. Right now, Red Dead Redemption. Okay. I'm a PS5 guy. I love gaming. I like finding like a new game sometimes.
Yeah.
This is like a kind of like country game. You know,
I know what it is.
Cowboy.
I know what it is. I've seen it around. Yeah, I've seen it around.
You know, it's old. It was remastered. I think it was around for like PlayStation 2. Man, this game is so much fun. So that's what I've been doing recently. And if it's not that, it's something else. I'll find some random game where I'm like a shinobi in Japan fighting like monsters. Yeah. And it just kind of like, I don't know, it just feels good.
Yeah, I think video games is therapeutic.
It is.
Friday Night Fight. Have you heard that?
Oh, yeah.
Have you played that?
Like back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
It came out with...
It's not even close.
Oh, snap. That's disappointing to hear.
Yeah, I know. I think if they were to remaster Fight Night or do like whatever they did back then, because that was ESPN. Yeah. They were always great with sports games. If they were able to bring that back, it'd be a hit.
I'm going to tell you honest truth. Video games was very therapeutic for me to turn my mind off. Sometimes I need to turn my mind off, or I'll just think 24/7, no break, like, you know. So, but I always like sports games. You see what I'm saying? And like Grand Theft Auto, and what's it called? What's the next one? Call of Duty. But then it just got too crazy. Like these guys, like I like the first Call of Duty that came out. Yeah. After that, then these guys got too advanced. Like as soon as I'm boring, I'm dying. Like
they start going crazy.
Going ham. Tell me about a conspiracy theory. Quinton Beastwood conspiracy theory. What are they trying to distract us from?
Well, honestly, everything's a distraction. Like, I don't believe anything, to be honest. Well, like, with a grain of salt. The thing is, basically, if you're in control of the media, you could convince people of anything. Yeah. You know, like, you could literally tell everyone that, like, there was a pandemic that happened, right? And there was a certain percentage, hate to get into this, but basically, for people that didn't have 3 or 4 comorbidities, the fatality rate was like 0.3%, which is like, that's not, what are we afraid of, right? So to have the whole world scared of this thing and to paint it as if this is super deadly and for people to believe it and to still believe it to this day, like, that's the power of the media.
Yeah, you know what, brother? My reason for our team coming out with this show is to bring awareness, and just, you're in the bodybuilding world, so you can constantly see bodybuilding. I just let people know your personality outside of bodybuilding, what you like, like, again, probably a lot of people they probably do know that you're a big boxing fan. It's pretty obvious on your Instagram. But one thing that I found interesting is you're half Nigerian, half Jamaican, right? So, I'm curious on what your go-to meals are.
Ooh. Okay. Some good. My mom's a great cook.
Yeah.
My dad's a chef too.
Which one is your dad's from?
My dad's Nigerian and my mom's Jamaican.
Okay.
So, man, something about oxtail, so damn expensive too.
Yeah,
like,
yes,
it is
yes,
crazy
yes.
expensive, especially with inflation. But like, it tastes like $1 million.
Yes.
But also like fufu, like, whew, like that's really good. Like it depends because a lot of the Nigerian stuff, like when I went there, everything was really spicy.
Yeah.
It depends. I can't always handle spice.
Yeah.
I'm Canadian.
Okay.
So it just depends. But like, man, they got some like agusi soups with the fufu.
Yes.
And there's something they brought out to me. I can't remember the name of it right now. Oh, it's called Owo.
Okay.
Oh my, that shit was crazy, man.
Okay.
And like, not a lot of Nigerians can make. Only special people know how to make it.
Yeah.
So my aunt from the UK, she came to visit like last year.
Yeah.
And she made it for me because I've been requesting it for like years. And that dish, is super good.
I want to ask you this too. Like for me, I find that I'll speak about Jamaican food, that it's like the portions are a lot. Like if you go to a Jamaican store and order food, you're getting like a big bowl of rice. Like, you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So would you agree with me and say that the food's unhealthy though?
I think the habits. Okay, I don't
think
think
about
it's.
it. Porridge. If you have like a big bowl of porridge, the amount of sugar.
Oh yeah, because they put a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, cornmeal porridge is crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
You ever grow crackers in it? Eat it with crackers?
Oh, I like bread. I've done bread.
Okay.
Man.
Try crackers, man. The Jamaican water crackers.
Yeah.
Break it in there. Try it like that, man.
I'll definitely try it, bro. You don't gotta tell me twice.
Okay, pineapple and pizza. What's going on, bro?
I can't mess with it. I can't mess with it.
How?
Yo, so when I was a kid, I would just be at parties as pizza and eat them.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a certain type of pizza, like it all looked the same to me because I was little. I'd eat them like there's something in there I don't like. I didn't know what it was until like I was a teenager, and then I'm like, so that's pineapple? That ugly little yellow thing, that's pineapple? Why would they even put that in a pizza? It's got no place for it. So after I found out, I felt betrayed, you know?
Yeah.
And I've even had people at a surprise birthday party where they ordered pizza and they got the pineapple under the cheese, so I didn't know. And they got me to eat it, and they recorded me to humiliate me. Yeah. They did that, yeah.
They tried to see if you would recognize it or not.
Thank God their memory card stopped working, so thank God that they can't release that footage. Yeah.
We're coming towards the end, but I'm curious, 5 things that's on your bucket list, or 5 things that you want to do that you haven't done yet.
Like have a family, kids. I guess we get married. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
But like that's connected to like having a family and stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess that's all the same thing. I'm not really. I feel like I'm a very simple person. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like I'm a very, very simple person. I just want to be happy. Like I am happy, and I enjoy being happy, and I just want to continue being happy. Like there's no car that I want. There's not. I guess for a house, I do want to. There's a certain size house that would be ideal because we have a lot of shit. So I think sometimes like, oh man, we need more space. Like I don't have a basement. Like it'd be nice to have a basement or a parking garage because right now if the snow falls down, it's on my car, so that's annoying. But outside of that, like I don't really have.
You don't want to go skydiving or something like that?
Hell no. Hell no. Okay. I guess traveling more. Yeah. If I would like have to pick stuff, like traveling more. Like
boxing match?
But yeah, I mean it's not a bucket. It'll happen.
You gotta go to one of those. One in Vegas.
Yeah, I guess yeah. For a big fight. I gotta go to Jamaica.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Jamaica.
You haven't?
Bro, all my Jamaican family is in the States.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something about Jamaica, right? If you could leave the resort, less money you're spending. Like less money. Like if you're staying on the resort, the same amount of money that you're gonna pay for it out here, you're gonna pay for there out there. Like you gotta leave the resort.
Yeah.
Brother, you can get food at any time of night, man.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's gonna be somebody on the roadside somewhere that's especially more in the city that is that's cooking. Like Jamaicans are big on food. Like you know what I mean?
Course,
Super big on food. You eat fish?
Yeah.
Bro, they're gonna catch it for you. Some of the shops, go catch the fish, bring it, cook it. You can bring your own drinks in. Like you can bring your own food in there. Like you say you had a bottle of Hennessy, you can bring it inside the restaurant. Jamaica, it's a poor country, but the land is rich. You get what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Like, you can't be hungry in Jamaica, bro. You can't go hungry in Jamaica. Yeah. It's a very nice... I suggest you go with your significant other and have a great time, bro. It's a nice country. I already asked you that. When it's all said and done, what do you want people to remember Mr. Beastwood by?
For being like pretty chill. Like
yeah, you are still, you are. That's one thing I would say. I'm like, yo, man's pretty chill still, you know?
Yeah, like you know those people that are just always on edge, or like, you know, when you're around, they start to stress you out. Like I don't, maybe I want to like calm people down if I could.
Yeah. Yeah, you have that vibe about you. What's one thing? This is my final question for you. What's one thing people need to say less and do more?
Like, if they have a goal that they're working towards, just do it. You know, I think it's okay to speak things into existence. So I'm not saying don't say it at all, but just do it more. You know, put things into motion.
All right. Well, brother, it was my pleasure to have you on the show. I would definitely love to have you back again sometime. But again, I'm very honored to have you on here, and I wish you the best, Mr. Olympia. I'll be rooting for you. You already know. Again, what show are you gonna be doing? Shows that you have planned coming up?
Tampa Pro.
Pro. Anything else in the future to let the people know?
That's the only one I have.
Okay.
On,
Okay. But again, I'm rooting for you, brother. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro.